Also, in very few human cases, we see examples of compulsive thoughts. Some people get extreme call of void. And then, in all animals, we get weakness, insomnia, and excessive salivation. This excessive salivation and especially the agitation are the two main ways rabies will try to reproduce. Once it's in your brain, it will actually leave and go back out your nervous system, and specifically will go to your hair follicles, salivary glands, and your internal organs. And what this will do is that all matter you produce, fecal matter, saliva, blood, hair follicles, when you drop those, or when they get onto another animal, it will transmit rabies to them. So a very aggressive dog will try to attack other animals, and if it bites, the saliva will get into the wound and rabies will spread. Or if it leaves hair on the ground and another animal comes in contact with that hair and it gets into a wound, or comes in contact with the mouth, that will spread rabies. If a dog pees and it has rabies and another dog smells that and inhales it, that can get rabies. There's a lot of ways for animals that contract rabies, and that's what makes it so deadly. Curing rabies is not that difficult for first world countries. In the B graph, that's rabies cases in humans per 100,000. The A graph is for rabies cases in animals per 100,000. In the B graph, or in both graphs actually, you can see that in the United States there are basically zero cases of rabies, and same goes for Europe and Canada, and even in South America there's very few cases. 95% of all rabies cases come from Southern Asia and Africa, which most of those countries are third world countries, and they do not have access to education. In the United States, pretty much everyone knows what rabies is and the dangers of getting bitten by an animal, but in some third world countries they don't have that, and people there would not know to rush to a hospital to get a rabies vaccination. In addition to that, even if they did know, there is the problem that they might not have the medical care to get that vaccination. Their medical systems might be clogged, there might be too many people, they might just not have a rabies vaccine on hand, and since you need it so quickly, or you can need it so quickly, that can be a problem as well. In addition to that, transportation is a huge issue. If you're in a crowded city, or you don't have access to a car, or the roads are too clogged and with traffic to get to a hospital in time, and an ambulance can't get to you, you just die to rabies. You can't get to the hospital in time to get a vaccination. So even if one is available, you can't access it, which pretty much means rabies is a huge issue in developing countries. Rabies is not so much of an issue if your country has access to medical care and transportation and pretty much everything that comes with a good economy and good infrastructure. But if you don't have that, you see a lot of people dying. In conclusion, rabies is not that much of an issue for us. I would not worry about it. We all live in the United States. Even if you move to Europe or Canada, it's not going to be a huge issue. However, it is a huge issue for people in third world countries. If you travel, it's usually a good idea to just keep your eyes out for getting bitten by rabid dog, rabid bat. There's a lot of ways that you can get it. As long as you are conscious about not getting bit by animals, and if you do, just get to a hospital and obviously get a rabies vaccination, you'll be okay. So yeah, thank you.